Do pardon the rubbed mascara that I did not take off before bed last night, and so here we are looking like a proper raccoon. Today I shall introduce all of my plants, their names and personalities to you, and hopefully give you inspiration for your own plant family. Before we begin, I must recommend a book. This guy! I got him at Barnes & Nobles and he's taught me almost everything I know. There's the book, there's the title, and its author. If it's mirror image to you, just text me, and I shall give you the actual name. Our first visitor is Porthos. Hello, Porthos. This one's name is actually Mr. Potter. This is my first plant I got when I was in college, and I've had him for about 2 years, and as you can see, he's grown quite nicely. I have repotted him twice, and he's thriving in his little bedroom. Porthoses don't require a lot of light, so that makes it very good for a room like this, where we only have one window. So have another Porthos plant. This one's name is Mr. Porter. I got this plant for Dan when we moved in here, and it has been about a year that we've had this one. And as you can see, he's gone from being just a little bush to quite a long person, or plant, if that's what you want to call it. Our next subject is called the Christmas cactus, or that name that I cannot pronounce. Now, clearly he's not looking very festive right now, but he usually will bloom around Christmas time. I got this one from Nathan and Ginny because it was about to die and I had poor pity on the plant, and Ginny gave it to me in good conscience. Next we have the African violet. Hello, African violet. This one is named McMullins. Not a very African name, but it's going with the Irish theme because we have a little Irish flag in there. I got this one when I was in college, and it's been doing quite well. This is the third time that it's bloomed, and usually it will bloom year-round if you take good care of it. Do be sure to water it quite often. It does not like it when the soil gets dry. Now, it's true that money doesn't grow on trees, but money can be a tree. This here is Rupee. This is my first tree-like plant, and it has done quite well. As you can see, it gets quite excited when there's sunlight, and its little branches go all over the place. My favorite feature about it is that it has these hand-like leaves, and we can see that the trunk is raiding quite nicely. And these things can tend to grow up to 8 feet tall, so we will probably be repotting it quite soon, and it shall not be living on my piano for much longer. Donkey! Donkey tail! This is my newest succulent addition to the family. It's called donkey's tail, or also burro's tail, depending on where you get it from. This one is quite an interesting succulent as it grows in branches rather than leaves, and it propagates quite nicely, although I've not tried to do that quite yet. Also, side note, these are some more Porthos plant starters that I've begun, and if you look quite closely, you can see a root! Isn't he doing wonderfully? Over here I have some various succulents, and I don't have time to go through all of them, but they grow quite nicely, and as you can expect, you don't need to water them quite often. I do say, do you fancy a cup of tea? Hello, ivy! This is actually my third English ivy plant because the other two died, frankly, but this one's been doing quite nicely, and if I can step up and get a closer look at them, you can see that the branches are beginning to spread, and hopefully we will repot it before too long. But this one's been holding its water quite nicely, whereas the others would just drain through the pot, which was quite sad. Oh look, another succulent. Maria actually got this one for me for my birthday, and we both decided that its name is Ophelia. Despite what you might think, this panda plant does not have broads in Atlanta. Poor dear. I got this one from a church member who apparently has the worst of brown thumbs, and I have tried to revive it, and so far it's still showing signs of life, but I don't know how well this one will thrive. But we can hope, and we can pray, and we can water every now and then, because this one does not take to overwatering very kindly. Well, naturally, we're going to have a peace lily in our house, aren't we? Hello! Now, this one just had a flower die off, therefore there is the brown spot, but he's doing quite nicely. This one's name is Lily, for obvious reasons. And apparently the peace lily is one of the best air purifying plants you can have. It also tolerates low light quite nicely, which once again is good since we are in a dark bedroom. So if you are looking for an easy to take care of, low light, air purifying plant, this one would be my go-to, right next to the pothos. As if you needed a proper introduction to this one. This is one of the only plants where its name is easy to pronounce. Hello! Look, in my defense, I did tell you there were a lot of plants. Now, this one is not really found in my book, but this one is the Neanthibella palm. It's quite a little plant and it loves to be watered and it loves sunlight. So if you have a nice sunny spot and you have a desire to water plants more than usual, then I would suggest this one. This one right here is called an espresso orchid, or orchid, however you pronounce it. And I got this one back in school as well. Its blooms fell off quite a while ago, but as you can see if you look closely, we've got new growth happening and I've just repotted it. So hopefully we shall see some results. On a note on the potting, you don't use regular soil when taking care of an orchid or orchid. You use rather bark-like soil that will help it drain water nicely and keep it from getting overwatered. These are some aloe plants that I am trying to propagate. So far they are still green, therefore I say that they are still alive. And last but not least, the latest addition to our little plant family, well, not so little plant family, is the snake plant. This one is an incredibly easy plant to take care of. It doesn't require a lot of water, it doesn't require a lot of sun. So I think despite my best efforts, this one will end up making it. I got this one for $4 today and I'm quite proud, but I am not looking forward to the look that my husband will give me when he realizes that yes, I bought yet another plant. But I don't care. After thoroughly searching the rest of the 5 rooms in my house, I do believe we've covered all the plants I have so far, apart from the little flowers that I'm growing in pots, but those don't technically count as houseplants since I'm going to put them outside eventually. I hope this video was slightly informative, slightly amusing, and a little concerning, seeing as I have a very clear plant problem. And if you want the name of this book, be sure to text me and I shall send you a picture and a link and any suggestions that I might have along the way. So there you go, the video that you requested from yours truly.